Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you popped over to see what I am up to. For everyone who is new here and sees me for the first time, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. On this channel, I keep it short. You will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump into today's DIY inspiration. For this DIY, we need of course our tumbling tower blocks, and these are the smaller blocks you buy at Dollar Tree, or maybe here in the Netherlands you can buy them also in the stores. I have a little bit of difficulty to getting the bigger blocks because the shop I buy them, it's Action, and they have liverings problems with the bigger blocks. So I don't know when they will be back. So we are going to use coming a while the smaller blocks from the Dollar Tree, or where you can buy them. Even you can buy them online on Amazon, and Temu has them also. Of course, we use some sticker letters, and you can use this sticker letters. You can use some wooden letters. And if you are great, someone who can write very nicely, you can even do it with some marker, some paint, some wood glue, and of course you can use your hot glue, but be careful that your DIY is not falling apart. Of course, my little container with some scissors, markers, brushes, of course, everything you need for your DIY. So these are the main pieces we need for this DIY. We are going to make a winter sign. So we are going to start with the bottom of our sign, because we are going to make all of them from blocks. And we are going to do 6 blocks in a row. So very easy. And this is number 2. Number 3, and of course you can use a metal hook if you like it better to make nice rows, but I always do it this way. So but I have it in my stash, but I always do it this way. So I'm just a little bit little bit how you call it in English. We say here in the Netherlands, we say eigenwijs. So but do whatever you think it's right. If you use you like to use a hook, then be my guest, just do whatever you think it's right. And this is number 3, number 4, and number 5, and number 6 is always the closure up. Squeeze it, press it together this way, and make a nice straight line like this. And again, we're going to make another one of 6 like this. And this is 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. And this is again number 6, the closure up. Squeeze them, press it down. Make also sure that you press a little bit on the top, because sometimes when the blocks are not even, they are coming to you after they're coming up, and that's not what you want. Number 4, 5, and 6. And this is 1, number 2, and number 3, 4, and 5. And that will be the last of our pieces for the back side of the sign. Squeeze it, press it together, and we're going to get, of course, I did forget to tell you, take a piece of old kitchen towel, make it wet, and you can easily wipe away the glue you don't need. And again, also over here. And over here, and make sure if you wipe it that you again look for that you have a nice straight line, because you don't want to have your sign that is crooked. I hope I say it right, crooked. Here in the Netherlands we say scheef. So we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I did let them dry in for a couple of minutes. I placed them on the side like this, and what I'm going to do some glue on the side, on all blocks, a little bit of glue. I'm going to place it down this way. I'm going to do this one the same, just a little bit of glue. And of course I'm going to place this one down and squeeze them on top of here. We're going to do here the same, and we're going to place it down. And of course for this one, a little glue, and we're going to roll this one also on this one. And you see now we get a nice big piece of wood. like this. We're going to get our wet towel, wipe away the glue, and we're going to let this dry in. In the meantime, while this is drying, we're going to get 4 blocks, and we're going to do the tops. Only a little glue on the tops, and we do it over here. And we're going to place this together. We're going to do on this one, and of course we're going to row them in one straight line this way. Get our towel, wipe away, and we're going to get another one of 4, and very easy on the tops again, on this one and on this one, and we're going to make a nice straight line again, number 2, and I'm going to press it down this way. We're going to get blocks of 2 like this, and we're going to do here some glue, and on this one some glue. Squeeze them together and squeeze this one together, and we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So we are getting 1 of 4, 1 of 4 here. We're going to get the 1 of 2. We do some glue on the top over here, and we do some glue on the side a little bit over here this way, and we're going to place it down. Do this one on the top, and we do this one over here. So very easy. Make a nice straight line, and we're going to do here the same as you see already. We have to do it on the inside and on the top, so we do it over here, and then you get your frame and a little glue over here, and we're going to place it down. Very easy. Squeeze it and this one in, and of course we have to give it a little bit of pressure, and over here also, and we're going to wipe away the glue carefully, and here's a little bit of glue, here's a little bit of glue, and we're going to let this dry in. So the base of our sign is ready. I'm going to paint this one a little bit off white, but of course you can do totally white, do whatever you think is right. And you even can spray paint it. If you are more like a glam person, you can also spray paint it in a gold color or maybe silver. I'm going to do this in the creamy white, and I'm going to do this one a little bit. It's not totally brown, but a little bit of brown. So I keep it a little bit in the lighter colors because the winter days are already very dark. So I'm going to give it a little bit of the lighter touch. So I'm going to do first this one in the creamy color. And you see, for me is this color. It's a little bit of white. It's not totally cream, but yeah, it's a little bit in between. I don't know if the camera picks it up right. So I'm going to do this whole piece in this color, and this one you see in a moment. So, and for the frame I'm using this, you see already this color. It looks one big mess if you look in the can, but the color is very nice. A lot of you who are here already for a long time and know already how big mess it is in that can. So you see, this is just a very nice, it's not totally a dark brown, and it dries up even a little bit lighter. So I am really loving this color in combination with this one. It gives a little bit, also a little bit of a warm feeling, but not too dark. So the base is painted, and of course we have to make sure that this is over here. So we need, when we could do our letters, we must be sure that it is in the middle, or else it is under our frame, and that's not what we want. I'm going to get my letters, and of course I'm using sticker letters and of maybe wood letters. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to write and where I want to write, but you can write anything you like. I do it for the winter season, but you can do it for any season. So I did go for winter 1900, and of course you see it backwards right now, so don't worry, that's just my telephone. When you see the review, everything will be in the normal side. So it is winter 1900, and I just made two little stripes from a letter, from the letter X, so very easy to make, but you can choose any word you like. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it simple. You can go all the way. I have here always this kind of little wooden frames, and I always buy them here in the store in the Netherlands. And this is just a hanger, and I always cut off the twine, and I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use two of this one. snowflakes and I'm going to glue them next to the words over here and make sure that we have it even together. And then we only need to glue on our frame. But first I'm going to do my snowflake on top of here. So I'm going to take my wood glue, but of course you can use also your hot glue and do a little bit over here and over here, because it doesn't have to be that strong. And I'm going to place it over here and give it a little bit of pressure like this. And I'm going to do on this side the same. Of course you can also do it in the same direction. I'm going to do it a little bit more offline. And I'm going to do also on this side a little glue on little points. And of course I have to look for that I have the one in the straight line, or else he is different than the other one. And that's not what we're going for. And we're going to turn it a little. Do this one this side. Over here. And I'll give it a little bit of pressure and I'm going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So I did glue my snowflakes on top of here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my wood glue and I'm going to draw a very simple and small line on the side over here. Very small, because then our frame is very easy gluing on top of here. And we're going to go for this one. And again. We're going to go for this side. And we're going to let the glue dry in for a couple of minutes before we're going to glue our frame on top. And how easy is it to make your own cute little sign. So I'm going to glue the frame on top of here, very easy. And you see in a moment a quick impression. And you see a little quick impression of our tumbling tile block, cute little winter sign, and how easy was this one to make. So I hope you give this one also a try. For this DIY we need our tumbling tile blocks, some letters. I use my wood glue, my little container with scissors, markers, brushes, cutters, and of course paint at your choice, and a saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. This is what we will need. We are going to make a decorative ladder. First we are going to make the base of the stand for our ladder, because he will stand on his own. We are going to make 4 blocks in a row, so very easy. And this is 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4 will be the close you up. Squeeze them together this way. And like I told a lot of times always in my DIYs, if you like a metal hook, just use your metal hook. I'm always doing it out of hand. If it is wise, I don't know. Most of the time it works, but I don't have the patience to, to use the metal hook. I have it laying around, but this is number 2. And this will be in number 3. 1, 2, 3. And number 4 is the closure up again. Squeeze it, and see where this block is a little bit too small, so I'm going to go for a different block, because the stand has to be very steady. So we are going to go for this, and we're going to do 1 extra of 4, and this will be 1, 2, and 3, the last. And then we already have our 4 pieces of 4. Now we're going to make 4 pieces of 3. Again, we're going to do some glue on the side, and this is again the first one, number 1, 2, 3, and number 4. So this is very easy gluing. 1, too. And of course, for everyone who find this very boring, of course, I understand. If you want to, you can of course skip forward, but of course I hope you don't. I hope you stick around. And this is a number 2, 3 and 4, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes. So I give them a couple of minutes, and of course I'm going to glue them on each other. So I'm going to do some glue on this side, on this side, on this side, and of course this one will be the closure up. I almost did some glue on it. Did you see it? I almost did go wrong. So I'm going to wipe away the glue. I'm going to do with this one the same. Just do some glue on the side, on this side. Place them together, and this side. And this one will be the closure up. And we make a nice straight line again. Squeeze it like this, and we're going to go over it with our wet towel, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes to dry in. So I'm going to turn this one over, do some glue on the back side, and of course it can fall out of each other, but don't worry about it because you still can redo it again, so don't worry. There we go, very easy this way, because the stand has to be very heavy, because or else our ladder is not getting his place. And we're going to do it on top of here, exactly in the middle. Over here, make sure that you have on each side the same measurements, and give it a little bit of pressure. And then we're going to let this dry in. So in the meantime, while the stand is drying, we are going to take 3 blocks. Very easy, just make a small line of glue, place it on top, and do again some glue, and place this one on top, place it on the side, squeeze them together, make a straight line, and place it apart. And we're going to do again 1 of 3, some glue, and again some glue, and again place it top of each other on the side, squeeze it, and you already have your next one. And I'm going to do this one together with you. The rest I will do out of camera, because or else you will get really bored for seeing do me this. So I'm going to have 6 on each side, so I need 12 of blocks of 3. So I'm going to make them a little faster. And before we go further to the rest of our DIY, of course I have to tell you that this video is also part of a beautiful get together which is called Baby It's Cold Outside. Of course, this challenge is hosted every first of the month, hosted by 3 beautiful ladies, which are Brenda from Rustic Lace and DIY, Shantell from Crafty Hints, and of course the beautiful Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. Of course, I will place a link down below in the description box for you to find the beautiful ladies. Go check it out, you won't be sorry. And of course there you also find the playlist with tons and tons of beautiful decor for you to make. So go ahead, check it out. And for now, let's jump into the rest of our DIY. So I have here my 12 pieces. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue them together. Very easy, just do some glue on the ending. And this is one, and we're going to do this one, and we place it on here. We're going to do on this side, we're going to do on this side, and this is already 4, and this will be number 5, and number 6 will be the closure up, again like this. Make sure that you have a straight line, and squeeze it together, and we're going to let this dry in also. We're going to do on this side the same. This is 1, this number 2, and number 3, we're going to place it over here, number 4, and number 5, and number 6 will be the closure up. Of course, I'm going to place it over here because else we don't have the room. and we're going to give it some pressure. And you see already I need to turn over this one because or else he gets crooked. Oh, you see already he falls apart. Give it the pressure also over here, and we're going to let this dry. So what we're going to do, because we have now our stand, we have the sides, and now we're going to make the middle pieces of our ladder. So I'm going to do some glue, and again I'm doing some glue over here. I'm going to do 4 pieces in between, but you can do more or less. So this is number 3, and this will be number 4. Again, place them on the side, squeeze it, make a straight line, squeeze it, and again over here, because we need to have a straight step for our ladder. And again, we're going to wipe away the glue we don't need over here and over here, and make a straight line again. Just take your time for it, like this, and I'm going to let this dry in. So I did give it some time. I'm going to do some glue on this side, and I'm going to place them over here. This, of course, I have to do it this way, and I'm going to place this one under here, and now I have leave one open. I'm going to do also on this side the same length. Of course, I'm going to place it over here in the middle, and be sure that you have it straight. And we're going to do this one, a little glue, and we're going to place it, I think, a little over here. I have to look for if I have the right size, but if you, of course, you can get your ruler and do it with a ruler. I'm going to do this one over here, and this one a little over here, I think a little higher, and this one a little over here, because we want to have the same measurements in between over here. I'm going to let this rest. So I gave it a couple of minutes rest, and now I'm going to do some glue over here and a little over here and on this side and on this one. And I'm going to place this one on top of here. Of course, I have to look for where I have the wait, oh, you see already he's already, that's what I mean. Don't panic, just make sure that you have it in a straight line, and everything will dry together, so don't worry about it. So we're going to let this dry a little bit longer, at least an hour. So the little leather is already drying in nicely. So like I always say, don't panic. Sometimes things are breaking because it is wood glue, and wood glue is very, it takes a little longer before it's dried in. So don't worry about it. And I also show you always the mistakes, so because mistakes are always with DIYs, so don't worry about it, and I can make them better than you can. So this is already number 1. We're going to glue 4 blocks together, and you'll see later what we're going to do with them. And again, number 4 is with the closure up, and give it a little bit of pressure, and we're going to do another 4, and we're going to let all of them now dry in for at least, like I told you, an hour. And this one, and the last, and again glue it together, and this way, and we're going to let this rest. So you saw me just making 4, but I'm going to do on each block, I'm doing 1 extra, because I think what I have in mind, it will look a little bit nicer if I have it a little longer. So 1 on this side and 1 on the other side extra. So we're going to do 5 pieces in a row, so not 4 but 5. So again, now we're going to really let it rest. So the pieces are dried up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paint them. And you see already I left in the middle a little piece more open than I did between these two, because I want to have here some snowflakes, and or else there was no space for it. So if you want to have them equally, then do them at the same measurement. Of course, I'm going to lay these two apart. This is a little DIY we do later. We are going to now give it a color. I'm going to go for this in the dark brown color, a little bit like this one, and I'm going to do the other one in the creamy white, but I'm starting with this, and you see already it's a little bit more like the dark brown color. Yeah, and when it dries up a little bit lighter. So I'm going to paint this, and I'm using for the little letter the off-white color, a little bit of the creamy color, so everything comes more out if I use other colors. So I'm going to paint also the letter in completely. So in the meantime, while the pieces are drying, I'm going to take the two pieces we made with 5 blocks. I'm going to get my ruler and of course my pencil. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go from 3 pieces I leave open, and from the 4th until the 5th I'm going to do in the middle. I'm going to make a point because we're going to make our own little cute house for on the sides of our display. So I'm going to go, first I'm going to measure out the middle, and this is a little bit more than 5. So I'm going to go over here, make a little line, and I go from the 4th until here, until the middle of our, of course I have to look very nicely, because or else we have a house which is totally out of line. So that's not what we want. If everything is correctly, this has to be the line, and I'm going to do it on this the same over here, and I'm going to go in the middle over here. And now I have to look for if I have it really a nice, this is what I mean, very easy. Just you leave 3 pieces open and you go from the 4th until the 5th, you're going to go sideways. I'm going to do on this one the same. So I have my 2 little houses. I'm going to get my jigsaw and I'm going to saw out the lines. So it's very easy. You could also use a hand saw, or maybe you can ask someone to do it, but of course give it a try, the jigsaw, because it's so easy to work with. I bought mine with, like a lot of you already know, with the Lidl or Lidl, how you call it. It's in every country, and I paid only 49 euros, and they are now even cheaper. I saw them already for 29. So go ahead, check it out and give it a try, because it's so easy to work with. And for everyone who is interested in the jigsaw that I use, like I said, he's from the Lidl, and he is so easy to work. He's battery operated, or I don't know how you call it. At least you don't have a wire. So I'm going to, like I said, I did cut them, and it was so easy to make just 2 cute little houses. So I'm going to lace this away, and we are going to paint our houses. So I'm going to do my little houses in some furniture wax, and this is just a very simple brand you can buy here in the Netherlands. It is from the brand Kruidvat, but Kruidvat is just a big grocery store. But of course you can use any furniture wax you have, only don't pay too much, keep it as cheap as you can, because it's only furniture wax you use. So of course I have my little, and I'm going to go very easy, give it a nice darker look, because I like a little bit of the rustic look on this side. So I'm going to do both of them, and then we're going to do the next step. So now I'm going to get my wood glue. I'm going to turn my leather upside down, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside, and I'm going to place it in the middle where I want to have my leather over here, and I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure, and of course I'm turning it if I have the same space on each side, and I do have it in the middle, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes a rest. Of course, oh, you see already I'm kicking it over with myself. I was startled so hard. I don't know why, but I did. So you see, this is also what can go wrong with DIY. Of course I can cut it out, but it doesn't matter if I cut it out. So I remove the glue, of course, which we don't need, which is popping out like this. And I'm going to turn it this way and also this side, removing the glue. And now we're going to let it rest. At least I'm going to go far away from it. So I have already as decoration my two houses. I have, of course, a couple of my snowflakes. I'm going to use this 3. It's just a little box you can buy everywhere. In the craft section probably you can find them. I have 3 of them. I'm going to cut off the twines. And on this one, because I'm going to use 3 or 2, I don't even know, but maybe 2, but I'm cutting already off 3 that I have them on hand. What I did also find in my stash, I did find these wooden pieces and I'm going to use them as trees. So I'm going to paint them in the dark green color. And I also have 2 which are looking like little snowmen. So I'm going to paint these 2 also. So this one will be dark green and this one will be just white with a black hat and a little scarf around it from twine. For my wooden pieces for my tree, I use a very simple brand dark green color. So I'm going to give it a nice color of paint. I think they dry up a little bit lighter than the color is. So I am really happy with this color, but choose any color you like and you can give any decorations you like. You can even use it later as a seasonal ladder. You can use it for anywhere. Anywhere. This is not my day for English. So sorry. I'm going to paint them. So now I'm going to paint a cute little snowman in the white and the head, of course, in the black. So I'm going to give it one little coat that it is just a little bit white because I don't want to have it too white. So I did paint the underside of our snowman. Of course, I used the wooden piece, but you also can use 2 little styrofoam balls and just cut a little piece from one ball and a little piece from the other ball and glue them together. And then you have a nice little snowman. So you don't have to use this one. I'm going to get a marker and this is more kind like a, I show it to you here. It's like a brush and I'm going to make the line in between the head and of course the face of the snowman, because I need to have something which is coming over from one side to the other. So I'm going to go inside of here and I'm going to do the underside in this black color. But of course, if you are a great painter and you can easily paint it by hand, go ahead. I'm not that painter. I'm not that great in painting. I always do my best, but I have really no idea sometimes what I'm doing. So I'm going to paint both of them black. So I have my little snowman finished. I leave them very simple. I'm just going to take a piece of twine. I'm going to do it around his neck and I'm just going to place it one this direction, the other to give it a look like a scarf, and then I'm going to glue it together, and that's all I'm going to do. So I have all my pieces ready. I only need to glue them in, and of course I'm going to do them one house over here, and I'm going to place a little tree over here, and of course a little snowman will be over here. So I'm going to decorate it and you see in a moment the quick impression of our DIYs. And you see a quick impression of my Tumble tile blocks ladder, and of course I did it for the winter season, but you can decorate it for any season at all. So of course I hope you give this one also a try, and if you are here and you only love to watch, of course I hope you had fun watching. If you want to see more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. So enough talking. I wish you all an amazing day, and of course I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!